everybody, and welcome back to my King's Quest series of games that I'm doing right now. I've already done King's Quest 1 and 2 made by the same people. It's the free remake that you can get. It is free to download and play if you wish to do so yourself. I'll put the link in the description. You can also download and play the first two King's Quest games as well if you'd rather do that instead of watch me play them or whatever. I have the originals, but in King's Quest 3 there is a lot of typing and you have to get it perfect at times. I'll talk to you more about that once we actually get to those scenes, but right now we're going to start off with the intro.
Gwydion. Gwydion.
Gwydion, what are you doing, boy?
I was just looking.
How dare you take leave of your duties? Resume your chores immediately.
Yes, Manannan. Master.
Had your parents survived your wretched infancy, the sight of your sloth alone would have killed them.
They would not have been proud of me.
No, but fate has favored you. Few orphaned youths can know such fortune. You are lucky to be here to serve me.
I am very lucky.
Indeed. Now get to work.
Such is the story of young Gwydion's life to this point. What's a poor boy to do? Oh well, in resignation, Gwydion obediently follows Manannan into the house. The old wizard looks at you menacingly.
The chickens need to be fed. See to it at once.
Okay, I'm back, and a few things gotta be said right away before we do anything. The one thing that you're gonna notice right off the bat is this game is timed. So there is a time up here, and it will become important as time goes on. But yeah, so that's what I gotta say. Let's walk over to the cat. Pick up the cat. Grab him.
The
No.
despicable cat slips away from your grasp with a fierce scratch to your arm.
I want to get him quickly if I can.
Nimbly, you grab the nasty cat by the scruff of its neck, avoiding its needle-sharp claws. And now that you have it, what are you going to do with it?
Take some hair.
You manage to pluck some fur before he viciously scratches and leaps from your arms. With grim satisfaction, you survey your wounds.
Okay. First thing we're gonna do, actually, let me go upstairs. Oh, we definitely want Gwydion to walk faster, so we're gonna put this up all the way. Sound. I'm bringing the music down a little bit. I haven't heard. I gotta hear something again. This should be okay. Let me see.
It's a painting of the wizard from long ago.
Okay.
You wonder if he was ever young.
No, I don't think so. Okay, so we're gonna head over here, and this is our safe room. This is the one room we can be in where the wizard will never come in to, okay? So, our bed is where we hide things, and anything we get that has a blue outline just like this, we need to hide it, okay? can't keep it with us. So we're gonna put it under the bed.
You drop to your hands and knees and hide the item under your bed.
Okay. So now we can go out again. We don't have to worry. I just wanted to get that because sometimes it's hard to find the cat, or, you know, I just don't want to do it when I'm in a rush. And it is important for later. I'm going to try as hard as I can to get this to sort of be story-wise, but it is kind of hard, especially if you want to do things quickly. So he asked us to feed the chickens. Let's feed the chickens. Now we need something from the chickens too, but I feel like we're getting a little too close on the time, so I'm not going to do it just yet. Let's go in here.
The wizard is writing at his desk. He looks up from his work and greets you with a scowl.
Boy, you know I don't like you to enter my private study, especially when I'm writing. Leave now, or I'll make you leave.
Okay, I'm gonna go back in just to get in trouble, okay?
The wizard is writing at his desk. He looks up from his work and greets you with a scowl.
Boy, you know I don't like you to enter my private study, especially when I'm writing. The kitchen is filthy. Go clean it at once.
What is your instant? Okay. Well, I'll try one more time. Let's go in. Oh, he's not here. Damn it. I'm trying to get into trouble.
The perfect servant, aren't you?
And notice how this item does not have a blue outline, so he can catch you with any of these things. Anything that you would normally have.
You can see most of the countryside of Ludor from this vantage point. You can't use that item there.
Yeah, so as I said, I'm going to try and keep this as close to a story sort of format as I can, but I do need to collect some things. And that might just seem like, oh, why are you picking up that? Why are you carrying that around with you, you know, if you don't know what's going to happen and what you need it for. And I'm just going to do that just because it's going to be, it just makes it easier. If you were to do this fully story-wise, it'd just take forever to get it done, so we'll do it this way.
An apple and some grapes grace the kitchen table. A loaf of bread, freshly baked. A leftover piece of mutton.
Okay, so we can take all of these.
You take the fruit and carry it with you. You take the loaf of bread and carry it with you. You take the mutton chop and carry it with you. It's just your old tin bucket. There's no hole in this bucket. Why bother with it? You take the wooden spoon from the iron rack and keep it with you. You take the carving knife from the iron rack and keep it with you. You retrieve the clay bowl from the kitchen shelf and take it with you.
Okay. So we didn't clean the kitchen. Maybe he'll get mad when he sees us. We're gonna go all the way upstairs now. Why not?
You pick up the dead fly and drop it into your hand. Disgustedly, you look at it.
Okay, so see how it didn't have a blue outline around it? We could just be picking it up to throw it out, right? But you don't want to have the wings, which is what we actually need, so I'm gonna go over to my bedroom. Just because we're so close in time, I'm not sure what time he's gonna show up at.
Picking off its wings, you throw the rest away.
So now the wings you can't have, right? Blue outline around it. We're gonna put them under here. Perfect. So we still have all of our items, except for the ones that we can't have when Manannan sees us. Let's go in his bedroom. He doesn't like that either. So if he catches us in here, he won't be happy.
You're not sure what to make of this. Manannan has unique aesthetic tastes.
It almost looks like the castle from the King's Quest 2. Don't you guys think so? In the swamp area? Is that what it is? I think it is. Come on, Manannan, hurry up. He'll maybe come at 3 minutes. To do his first check on us. I don't know what punishment he'll give us, but we'll find out. Fine, I'll leave. He should be mad because I didn't do the chore. I'm hoping. I mean, we got plenty of time to get in trouble. And he's not in here.
This is Manannan's detestable pet.
Oh, I could be doing so much. Actually, let's head upstairs because that's where I want to be when when he first comes, if I can. Oops! Oh no. When he first shows up, I want to be up here if I can. If he doesn't punish us and send us somewhere. So I should go. I don't know where he'll show up. I mean, look at this.
You lift the bottom of the tapestry and peer behind it. The wall is filled with cracks. You can see why Manannan would hang such a tapestry here. There are also dozens of charcoal drawings, diagrams, maps, and notes to programmers with the legend of King's Quest IV. But you're uninterested in this, since you presently have your hands full with King's Quest III. You lower the tapestry and smooth out the wrinkles.
Come on, Manannan. I could have got so much stuff done. He should show up. There should be one time sort of in between. There.
The wizard gives you an evil glare.
When I assign a chore, I want it done immediately. Go hang around in the kitchen for a while.
So this is one of the punishments. There's multiple different punishments you can get from the wizard. And it won't hurt you or anything, but it just kind of, you know, if you're busy doing something, it can be frustrating, but we're not really busy.
The wizard's glare makes you suddenly feel very, very small.
I have decided to take a journey.
Wait. Is it really 18 minutes into the game? I swear we were looking at it was like 3 minutes, wasn't it? Or did we wait around it as time sped up? Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. So did I just black out or something? So weird. Okay, so anyways, we're in here. We need
You
the mirror.
take the wizard's hand mirror.
And we want to close the drawer. Never leave the drawers open, because if you accidentally do, and he comes home, you'll be in trouble.
You've never wanted to smell like a rose, but...
Close the drawer. I always forget.
You search behind the clothes hanging in the wizard's closet. You're startled to discover an ancient parchment scroll. Its ink has faded, but it seems to be a map. Taking this treasure, you leave everything else exactly as it was. You search the pockets of the black cloak. Suddenly you discover a small brass key. What could it unlock?
Perfect. Okay, so we close the door. Now we want to keep an eye up on the time up here. I'm kind of nervous because 19, I feel like he's going to be home soon, isn't he? Do we have enough time to even go out anywhere? I mean, the recording's been like 22 minutes, but that included the intro and me talking at the beginning. So there's no way. Alright, we'll deal with the chickens later, because they live up here, we're fine. We're not allowed to go out here, so we gotta keep an eye on that time. If it turns yellow, tell me, but you won't be able to, so, because I'm not live, but... Don't want to fall, don't want to fall, don't want to fall. In the original King's Quest III, it's actually pretty hard to get down the mountain, or at least, you know, your first time it is. Once you know where to go, it's not as bad, but it is definitely a harder thing to do. I'm gonna save the game. Okay, so we're gonna head over here, if we can. And we're going to try and get just a bunch of random things. You might not understand why we're getting them right now, but we're going to get them.
You kneel and scoop some of the mud onto the wooden spoon.
These are all spell ingredients, but we're going to find out shortly why we need these spell ingredients. Worst comes to worst, I can come back and get things, but
You scoop up a cupful of ocean water.
there is one thing we need to be able to make before we come back down. If we want to go quickly enough with this. I think if I head down again, I should be okay. Yeah, here we go. Just go over here and climb up on here. And I think I just use, you know what, I'll use my hand first.
Despite the fact that the window is ajar, it will not open wide enough to allow entry. There's a small brass latch on the inside, which your fingertips cannot quite reach. You slide the knife's thin blade through the gap and easily flip the latch.
There we go. Okay, I'm going to do my best to read this. Since there is no time limit on these, I'll try my best to read it for you guys. I'm going to turn down the volume for myself. Let me just also make sure, okay, because I'm cooking chicken. I don't want the timer going off in the middle of this, but we're good. Today I stepped off, day 1. Today I stepped off Manannan's mountain for the first time. Though he would kill me without hesitation if he knew, my only regret is that I waited so long. What I have learned this day alone, the townspeople are not the wretched creatures I have been led to believe. Only the outcast ruffians are to be avoided. They all fear my master, and have spent their lives in the coldness of his shadow. This book, which I happened upon by a stream, shall be a record of my discoveries. They may prove vital, for as I approach my 18th year, I feel an ever-growing dread. My wizard has ill plans for me. Day 3. It seems that my fears were warranted. Manannan keeps a near constant eye on me nowadays. I feel like a field mouse under an owl's gaze. But for all my master's vigilance, I have managed to collect things. Corks, forks, oddly shaped stones, anything I dare call my own. My quarters are their keep, and will remain so while I live under this roof. So that's a little hint right there that you can hide your stuff under the bed, or at least in your room. In the meantime, I look forward to my next excursion. I promised that barmaid I would pay another visit. Day 4. 2 hours. That's how long the wizard had me hanging from the kitchen rafters, and only because I missed the smallest spot in my sweeping. That stupid cat. It waited till I finished before tramping ash from the fireplace. I have to get away, if only to save myself from further headaches and humiliation. That's funny, because this book is the same no matter what, but we ended up actually seeing the hanging from the kitchen rafters, so that's kind of cool. Day 6. My brief outings are risky, but no less regular. Each day rewards me with greater insight. Today was the most fascinating. I have seen my first ship. For too long I stood on the pier in awe of its massive mast and mainsail. The sailors directed me to the tavern, where I made their captain's acquaintance. The old salt keenly related his tales of treasure, and pirates, and when I asked if I might join his crew, he proceeded to test my nautical knowledge. My answers must have impressed him, for he said I was too old to be a cabin boy. I left disappointed, yet hopeful that I may meet a seafarer willing to enlist a novice. Day 8. A week remains before I come of age. I shall expect no better treatment from Manannan then, nor do I dare hope that freedom will accompany my adulthood. If I am to enjoy a semblance of this life, then I know what I must do. I've spent the last 2 days in town, cleaning practically everything I could find, so as to earn enough to pay my way aboard that vessel. This is my only chance. Manannan does not often take such long journeys, and it is my every intention to be gone by the time he returns. Oh, this is long. Give me 1 second. Check on the time. Okay, we're good. I rose early this morning and packed a few belongings. I barely slept. It was a dangerous descent in the pre-dawn haze, but by the time I reached the base of the mountain, I was smiling more broadly than I thought possible. This lasted about 30 paces, after which I don't remember anything for some time. The lump on my head, along with my missing possessions, suggests that I was attacked by that band of the band of lawless mongrels. It was well past noon when I staggered onto the pier. The ruffians must have dealt a fair blow, because it took me several minutes to realize that I no longer had any money, and several more to notice that the ship had sailed. Manannan returned late in the evening, demanding supper. It is fortunate that he pays little attention to my appearance. With a pear-sized bulge up top and my eyes redder than embers, I must have looked a sight. Okay, this is important here. I'm going to check this out later on when I'm not making you guys watch. But let me continue this. Day 12. What is it they say about clouds and linings? I don't know, but I found something today which lifted my spirits. While dusting Manannan's study, I noticed that a few of the books were attached to the shelves, and made a curious sound when moved. After fiddling with them for a time, I was surprised to see a trapdoor open in the floor. How I'd managed to miss that all these years, I'll never know. Unfortunately, the noise had awoken Manannan, and I had no choice but to leave the secret unexplored. Leave the secret unexplored for now. So this is the code thing we're going to need to know, and I will write it down, like I said, when you guys aren't having to watch me write it. Okay. Day 13. I waited for Manannan to resume his usual spying on the townsfolk before returning to his study. Descending through the trapdoor, I found myself in my master's workroom. His den of dark design, in my master's workroom, his den of dark design. Certain spells could assist me once the necessary ingredients were found. I headed for the staircase. On the floor lay a scrap of paper I picked up and beheld my doom. Written over and over down one side was a list of names, my name, each dated 18 years apart. I have little time. Day 15. It's nearing dawn. I have no more need of sleep. Despite a day and night spent scouring Ludor, one of the vital ingredients elude me, the mandrake root. If it If it exists, then then it is not my destiny to find it, nor to escape. The key to my freedom I will hide in a remote part of Ludor. Or sorry. Yeah. Okay, the key to my freedom I will hide in a remote part of Ludor. Today is this Gwydion's 18th birthday. I can only hope the next will have a better one. For that is all I feel. That is all I feel as I go to see my master one final time.
The rest of the pages are blank.
Okay. That's all the major reading I gotta do for this one. So good. Thank God. Now.
The rest of the pages are blank. The rest.
How do I get
the
out?
rest.
Can I exit? There we go. Let's head back up here. Okay, so we know that we're gonna die on our 18th birthday, or something really horrible is gonna happen to us, because that's what happened to the previous Gwydion, or at least one of the previous Gwydions. Let's get this fish. And we're gonna go in here. Or no, we don't have to yet. Well, we're gonna do it anyways, I guess. Whatever.
Good day to you, young man. What can I do for you?
You pat the hairy dog and are rewarded with a handful of malted hair.
We'll talk to this guy later, but right now I'm gonna head out and get the rest of the stuff I need.
You search among the hanging mistletoe until you find a sprig that has dried. You break it off and carry it with you.
Okay, come over here. Let's leave and come back. We need her and the whole family to be gone. Okay, well first I can get this then.
You take a handful of fertile soil from the garden.
I'm like panicking looking at the time. I'm not used to seeing 20 up there. Oops, not down. Sideways. Back then. There we go.
Hurry along there, Mildred.
Yes, George.
Mama, my button's not done up!
Button? Haven't you taught him anything, Mildred?
It's a bit difficult for him, George.
Okay. So we're gonna go in here. And I'm sure you guys can guess these are the 3 bears. So we have the 2 adult porridges, but the baby porridge is just right.
Just right. So you take it with you.
You can also sit in the baby bear's chair, but then you break it, and I don't want to break it on him. They're gonna be nice.
You closely examine the contents of the drawer.
We need the thimble.
You pick up the thimble.
That's all we need. Don't have to there, but I like to. Just because, you know. Okay. So we use the thimble here.
Holding the silver thimble beneath a dew-filled flower, you gently tip the flower so its dew runs into the thimble. You move from flower to flower, repeating the process until your thimble is brimming with dew.
Perfect. Okay. This next part we gotta go quickly, so we're gonna go over here. Right across. Quick, 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 quick. There we go, we're good. Can we get sand?
You scoop up a small handful of sand.
Perfect.
You retrieve the dried snakeskin from the hot desert sand. It's delicate and could easily crumble.
Oops, let's walk. We use our knife. We're gonna head up here. Now, there is, I'm just gonna pause it here for a second. There is 2 ways of doing this, and I'm gonna do it the not as good way. I'm going to leave it up to you guys to figure out how to do the other way if you want, but at the very end of King's Quest 3, all the videos that I'm going to post, I will post me doing it the right way. Or, I guess, I mean, both are right, but it's up to you guys as to which one you would choose. And I mean, if I personally was to do it, I would probably do it the other way, but I'm just going to do it this way because this is the way it's closest to the original game. I'm also going to pause for one quick second. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, and you might notice the book is in my hand. That's because I quickly wrote down what the code was.
Your eyes adjust to the dark as you struggle to breathe the putrid air.
What is this place?
Okay, so we need this thing here, but to get there we're gonna run into somebody. So what we're gonna need, we don't have to have it handy. It's not like in the original game where you kind of needed to be ready for it. Here you don't really need to be ready for it. It's kind of up to you, and that's sort of how there is a second way you can do things. But like I said, I'm gonna do it this way for this game, and then at the end, for my special video that we watch at the very end of King's Quest 3, will be the other way of doing it. So go forward a bit.
Who comes to my den?
Just a man.
Man? I have known many called man. All wretched, all deceitful. Now, all stone. As a man, you are not capable of honesty, of truth.
But I am.
As a man, you exist only to break a woman's heart. Shallowness and fear are your bane. Come closer, and I will destroy you.
I think it's going to be the other way around in this case. But in the other way, you do actually get to go up to her and help her as opposed to hurt her. But in this case, we're going to do just what you think we're going to do. Okay. And we'll grab this.
You take the smooth stone.
Perfect. Now we pretty much have everything we need, so I'm going to use the map that we have.
You pull out your magic map.
Magic map. And we're going to head home. So we just have to click on here and it will take us back
You
to...
feel a strange pulling sensation.
Back to the home area. Or close enough anyway. Come over here. We do need to get a feather from this guy though, so we're gonna give him a fish, and he'll give us a feather. I don't know if we can get down into... I'll get the feather from the chicken later. I don't need it right at the second. Okay. So first thing I want to do, before I do anything, is do this little code thing. So we have... don't have to type that in again, which is good. I wanted to get that out of the way because it makes it go quicker. We're going to head down here and we're going to get all the ingredients we need down here. And then we're going to call it a video and all that stuff.
You pick up the empty flask and take it with you. You pick up the bottle labeled Toad Spittle and take it with you.
Just gonna go up here each time.
You pick up the bottle labeled Toadstool Powder and take it with you. You pick up the bottle labeled Saffron and take it with you. You pick up the bottle labeled Nightshade Juice and take it with you.
Out of the way. I don't know if there's anything else. Yes, there is.
You pick up the bottle labeled Ground Fish Scales and take it with you. You take a closer look at the wizard's work table.
Okay, I'm gonna save.
Covered with gold trimmings, the old book's leather cover is cracked and worn, its pages yellowed and brittle. The title, however, is clear: The Sorcery of Old. You eagerly thumb through page after page of what you assume to be magic formulas. The ink of the old handwriting is faint and barely readable. Most of the formulas are indecipherable, but a few are in a language you know. You treat the old book with great care, as you can tell it contains recipes for some very old and powerful magic spells. Your hands shake as you realize this book could be the key to your escape from the evil Manannan.
Sure is. So,
This is the first page.
we have understanding the language of creatures, and it tells you the different ingredients. Flying like an eagle or a fly. Teleportation at random. Causing a deep sleep. Enhancing musical talent. This is a special one just for this game. It's not from the original. Brewing a storm. Becoming invisible. Turning another into a cat. And this one is missing. This page is missing here. So we don't want to hit recite spell. We don't even have the wand with us. Otherwise I might have done one of the spells since it looks like we still have time. But yeah, we should be good now. We're going to head upstairs.
This is Manannan's detestable pet.
Now, I don't know if he can. I don't remember ever tripping on him or having him attack me. But he's never done it in this game. I don't think. Like, I've never died because of him. So, I don't know. Just keep your eye on him. If he's there, be careful. Obviously, we want to close this
You
up.
quickly pull the levers in the correct sequence.
Okay. So now we just have some stuff that we don't want him catching us with. So I'm going to head upstairs to the room. And hide. We want to hide everything with the blue thing around it. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna use the porridge on him because I want to eat everything. I don't know if I got that achievement yet or not. I just want to double check and make sure. Yeah, there's nothing here that he's gonna be mad if he catches us with it. There is a couple things we can do in Manannan's office. But not yet, maybe. Maybe I'll wait. Let's do some of the chores. Some of the other chores that we can do. This is cleaning the kitchen. And we can clean his study.
You're not sure, but it could be a chart. Then again, perhaps not. It's the wizard's wastebasket.
Now there's something in his desk we're gonna look at in the next video, but if you get the game and play it, then you can check it out. Just keep clicking on the desk, even though it tells you nothing's there. Oops, we're gonna head upstairs. Notice the time has turned yellow. That's it's like a street light that's sort of a warning. He's going to be coming soon, and when it turns red, that means I think he comes within a minute after that. Here you can clean his chamber pot.
Wrinkling your nose in disgust, you throw the smelly contents of the chamber pot out the open window. What a way to make a living.
Yeah, it's gross. Okay, so we're gonna end the video actually after we feed Manannan. That's where we'll end the video. So those are all the chores you can do if you happen to be wanting to do chores. I'm gonna head into the kitchen and just sort of hang out and wait for Manannan to come. Again, you can keep an eye on the time. I think you get like 2 or 3 minutes of it being yellow. Sorry, you might have had a skip in time there. Just because I was in the middle of messaging somebody, I didn't want you to sit here with dead air. So, yeah, we're hopefully going to continue these. I'm going to put in the description, so if you are interested in finding out when the next video is coming out or whatever, I don't want to say it in the video because things might change when it gets closer to it. So hopefully when I do post this, I'll have sort of a schedule planned out for it. I'll have all the videos recorded, probably for the entire King's Quest series by the time this is going up. Hopefully have them all posted as well, so it's just a matter of waiting for the day to happen and then them to go up. I don't know if all of them are going to be premieres as I have done in the past, but I might do some as premieres, some not. Maybe every other one will be a premiere, and I'm thinking once a week, but again, check the description, it's going to tell you more, and yeah. We're waiting for Manannan to show up. He's one of my favorite King's Quest villains. He always has been since I was a little kid. Another favorite of mine is Mordak, but which is Manannan's brother. We'll see him in King's Quest V. I like the others too, but they've always been, like, Manannan's always been my #1 favorite. I think because this was my favorite game for the longest time in the King's Quest series. I'm trying to think if any others have really surpassed King's Quest 3. Oh, see, it turned red now. A lot of people like King's Quest 6. I feel like I like King's Quest 5 more than King's Quest 6, but King's Quest 6 is good. Like, don't get me wrong, I really like King's Quest 6. I like King's Quest 7. A lot about King's Quest 7 I like. I can see why people would want it to be made closer to the way it is here, but it's way better than King's Quest 8 in my opinion. So, I'd much rather play King's Quest 7 than King's Quest 8. But, I think King's Quest 3 is always my favorite one. I'm trying to think of, like, what other games I want to play, and I will play other games. It won't just be the King's Quest series. He's going to be showing up any minute now. Like, any second now, I guess I should say. Come on, Manannan. He's going to pop up right over here. And he's going to tell me that he's hungry. And I'm going to feed him, and then we're going to talk to him real quick after we fed him. And then I'm ending the video. So, yeah, I guess I'm not even going to say anything else at this point, really. I'll just see you guys in the next video. But, hang around and watch that part. At least to finish off this video.
You see an evil sneer come across the wizard's face.
I am hungry. Prepare me a meal at once.
Good. So if we had left anything open, or he had found out that we had gotten something, then
Manannan is impatiently waiting for his food. His stomach rumbles as he drums his gnarled fingers on the table. You'd better feed him quickly, or dire consequences may result.
yeah, if you... What was I saying before that interrupted me? I can't remember. I'll go back and watch it before I start the next one, and maybe save the next one. Whatever. Anyways, so we're gonna give him some porridge, and then we're gonna talk to him. now we can talk to him, and you can do this as many times. Like, he has different things he says. So this is kind of a good idea if you have this game. Every time after you feed him, except for the final time you feed him, obviously, you can talk to him.
Master?
What is it? Speak quickly, boy.
What are the people of Ludor like?
The wizard gives you a cautionary glance.
Why? Intending to make their acquaintance, are you?
No, I'm just curious. From what you have said in the past, they don't sound very appreciative of you.
Selfish, pathetic creatures requiring constant vigilance. They should have some respect for an old man. It tires me keeping track of their movements, never knowing when one might put a foot out of line.
You have the strangest notion that Manannan's last comment was not an expression.
They sound wretched.
Much like yourself, but they are punished for their disobedience as surely as you are.
Okay, so enjoy the music for a little bit as we head out, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.